you're still going to get so much power on this Aphelios.
What's the one thing that T1 always do?
This.
They go for early Herald with everyone. And this time the rotation isn't read by EDG. Yes, they cross-map.
Top side of the map. Canna's, because his teleport's almost coming up, they have so much vision control around this rig. T1 feel like they can play this tug-of-war game here, and there's just no real answer, unfortunately, on the side. So again here in the macro game for T1.
Well, Flandre is now in trouble. The immediate flash in from Canna, and they just explode the Jayce. Flandre with no flash, no way out.
Yeah, pretty nice attempt here for T1 to actually kind of bait a fight. Ow. Wild Growth's about to come back up. They're actually committing.
Yeah, big Destiny to come forward. And by big, I mean Faker's just going to head into that Pix brush.
You're going to lose a lot bottom with this, actually, as T1.
Trading a turret maybe for Shirley as Gumayusi just trying to bully his way back towards this mid lane. Clears out the minion wave. But this is all T1 against the clock as they want to be able to take Shirley.
Scout has teleport, so he can join this fight if EDG wants to commit.
Getting the turret as well, so they're trading up.
He just wants more. He's just trying to slow us down, but T1 are going to get it.
Yep, Canna also trying to rotate around, but he's not quite in position. But T1 do manage to lock down the Rift Herald. Now Faker moving on in. There's the final chapter. Maybe a flash needs to be used, but no, it's going to be the stopwatch first. As that bullet time just to zone T1 away from their turret. Now the teleport's going to come through. Moonlight Vigil comes down from Gumayusi already. So much damage available. The flash forward. The dash cannon as well from Canna, but now they're trying to turn it around. The Yuumi, unfortunately, oh no, Meiko tries to save his jungler, but instead throws his life away, and T1 wipe the team fight.
Such a beautiful fight from T1. You have Canna on the flank on the left side there. He gets into a position to push, and then as soon as Edward Gaming push a little bit too far, he can teleport in. You've got that lockdown there. And Edward Gaming, they have a comp that can blow up single targets. They have a lot of burst damage. They have a lot of mobility. But if you actually get the jump on them first when they overextend, T1's composition has so much power. Now we're looking at a 4,000 gold lead.
Also mind that one of the biggest tools that you have available as EDG is that bullet time, and that was thrown fully down. No opportunity for EDG to come back into it.
Yeah, and here's the new Axe Effect replay. This was the zoning ultimate to come through from Viper to give them space in that mid lane, force T1 out. But Gumayusi landing this Moonlight Vigil is just so important, and the steadfast presence is such high value.
Oh yeah, it's that flash engage from Oner, right? We talk about the lack of engage from T1. Well, as it turns out,
EDG punish, and now they're going to grab a second Drake here.
The top side. So they are going to go turret for turret as far as those outers, but it might be inner turret falling down as well here for T1. As Oner's going to move on round the side. EDG, the rest of them getting into position as, oh dear, that is a very dead Lulu once again. As that is now Moonlight Vigil to come forward, and I think that was the...
And EDG recognizes it and goes in hand.
Yeah, and in this Axe replay, you could just see, I mean, the lockdown is there. The root, the Everfrost there, the last chapter.
Just the one kill, but it isn't funny.
It's still good disengage there from Oner as well, as Destiny's going to come forward. Faker looking for his opportunity. Everfrost onto Viper, but not too much more, as there's the empowered shock blast. Faker still looking for it, as that's a very fast red card, as now the flash forward from Canna. They get the stun onto Flandre, and he is just dead. As soon as Oner gets there and presses W, there is no way out.
Put some respect.
Keep pushing forward.
Put some respect in Canna's name. This guy is making big plays this game. Flash forward there once again. It's not over yet.
Yeah, the ulti to come through. His great stun card comes out from Faker. JieJie in a little bit of trouble. Now the ulti is on cooldown. Scout flanking through the side, but T1 are not relenting. They're looking to take down this inhibitor turret. And there's the stun. The walk up and stun from Oner is now Scout's in trouble. Oner still pressing forward. Canna getting some damage down onto Viper, who has to get out of there with his Gale Force. And T1, they've just walked in, taken
information. Don't have a lot of choices. Look at this. Blind.
Oof. I was a little bit scared for Viper there, but he is going to be all right. It's T1 in position. Faker finds the gold card. Everfrost, the chain CC is just too good. And with the Destiny, he can't go invisible. It's just impossible for the Talon to get himself out. And now Destiny from Faker immediately back towards this Baron. No jungler on EDG. It's about as textbook as it gets.
And again, the ultimates are down. They were both used in that fight, but there is still the poke available. T1 might get their health bars taken low here, but they're looking for a possible turn.
Yeah, Faker already on the flank.
Looking for Flandre.
Control ward goes down, as now Flandre in trouble once again. Oner is going to get on forward. He takes a lot of damage, but he's going to be absolutely fine. Once again, Canna finding everyone with his ultimate, the Realm Warp.
Fortunately, 5th game as well.
The curse!
The 5th game curse!
No more than 5.
No one else has been that unlucky this world, have they? As we're going to see it again, and you can see just You can't press R and be okay.
And I think we're starting to see for the first time with EDG here, this is the heroic play from Faker where he's able to catch Flandre. They have that chain CC. But you're starting to see for the first time that a lot of the domination we've seen from EDG in this group has been around their small advantages and their vision control. And just like everyone else who's faced them and faced the same... It's not a game, too, where as EDG you want to be giving over Mountain Soul point when you're running this Jayce, right? And even the bullet time, you know, MF is really going to struggle against this coming through. I mean, even just the solo Drake, but if they do get the soul, I mean, that's basically game over here. And even clearing vision is a challenge here for EDG. You have to respect that you don't have that vision. I think oftentimes they have not. They've played greedy. They've played like they're ahead when they're not. And it's going to be another inner turret down here. And there's no scaling argument this time for EDG. Yes, you have the Ryze, but you can't just sit on your laurels and sit back and go, well, we'll be stronger in 5 minutes. We're not that kind of, this is not that kind of game.
Also something we haven't noted yet, but Keria went for the Putrifier first, which again is really good if you look at the amount of healing available, the Conqueror that's there. But it also means that some of the value, not all of it, we've seen enough Yuumi heal through plenty of previous wounds, but it's another adaptation from T1 that's shown that they were very ready to take on what the Yuumi first pick might bring. And now, this is a gold lead that's going to be very hard to come back from. It's going to be a great combination of ultimates or a possible collapse. If T1 do overextend at any point.
Yeah, this inhibitor taking a little bit of damage, but Canna on the bottom side as well. He's going to remove the second inhibitor turret of the game, as that's the flash forward. He doesn't care about the exhaust. Canna 1 versus 2. He's got the best item in the game, so he'll be absolutely fine. Scout as well is going to go golden, but the situation's far more dire for him as Faker will lock down the Ryze. A Destiny comes in a little bit mistimed on that rake, but T1 are going to push forward. Nexus turrets now fall, and they'll tie up their scoreline here at Worlds Groups with EDG. The Nexus is the focus. They're not worried about any of the funny business, but they will grab a couple of extra kills before they tie this one up. And you can see a bit of a wry grin on Faker's face as he takes down the Nexus.
I mean, this means now that if T1 and EDG both win their final games of the group, we will have a tiebreaker for first place here, and that is going to be very exciting to watch. We basically get a best of 3 here in this group stage, assuming those 2 wins go through, which is the prediction right now of both these teams advancing from the group.
Also makes these games for spoilers so much more exciting.
No, I 100% agree, and it also showed us that in the first game, it was EDG that read T1 like a book. Every single play was tracked, Oner couldn't find any possibility, but here in this game, T1 come in with a very clear plan in draft. Yuumi does get first picked, and clearly, the plan that T1 had prepared actually does work out.
Yeah, the Poppy was fantastic. I think the fact that